Okay, so Steve Kerr feeling confident after the Warriors' Game 5 win. He delivered a strong message to his team ahead of the potential series-clinching Game 6. In the locker room post-game, Kerr told the Warriors, quote, "We're going to finish this in Boston." Shannon, big deal? Or, hey, not really that big of a deal that Steve Kerr said this?
No, it's not a big deal to me, Skip. I don't really know what they're supposed to be telling the team. You know what, guys? Hey, even if we go down there and we lose this game, we still got a Game 7 in our building. No, you go down there to win the deals. You go down there to close it out. Because you don't leave anything to chance, Skip. You know, in a Game 7, a stepped-on ankle, a rolled up, a bad call, a technical foul, and, hey, all of a sudden the game is weighted against you. So I agree with Steve Kerr. We're going down there, hey, to win the game. Just like they did, they said, look, we're going down, we're going to win one of these games. We need to get one of these games, Game 3 or Game 4, to get this back to our home court series and go from there. So I don't have a problem with what Steve Kerr said. Nothing is surprising. I'm surprised this got out. It got out because Steve Kerr, Skip, you know, in the locker room, teams have to sign off on what's going to get out. You just can't release that stuff because that was behind the scenes.
I was a little surprised that this got signed off on.
Yeah, but you know, it was bland. It wasn't no. I guarantee you, wasn't no Joe Namath, Skip. It wasn't no situation like that. I guarantee you, we're not coming back. I mean, I think Pat Riley told his guys, look, I'm packing one outfit. I'm going down there. We ain't coming back. You know, so if I see if he said something like that, guys, I got one outfit. It's the only one. I only got one suit left. I got one pair of underwear left. That's it. I ain't changing, ain't taking, bringing. Hey, we not coming. We coming back. We coming back with the gold, with the Larry O'Brien, the redesigned Larry O'Brien Award. Steph Curry, you're gonna have, I think it's the Bill Russell, the Bill Russell Award, and we're gonna be champs 4 times in 6 years. That's going to be our thought process. So, no, I don't have anything because that's what coaches say all the time. We're going down there. This is a business trip. We're going down there to win this game, and we're going to win it.
Remember the fateful Antonio Brown moment with the Pittsburgh Steelers after they won a cold weather Saturday?
Kansas City.
Was it Saturday night game? Sunday night?
It was Sunday.
Sunday.
Because remember, it's going to be a short week because the other team, those other
Well, that's what I was about to get to. So AB goes live on IG, I believe.
Facebook Live at the time.
Facebook Live, you got me. And in the background, you can hear his coach ranting and raving about those you-know-what's up in New England, and they got an extra day to get ready. And he's just spouting hellfire and damnation about how they're going to go up and kick the Patriots you-know-what's up in Foxborough, which unfortunately did not happen.
That did not happen.
And unfortunately for AB, it's just being broadcast live. And it was a violation, obviously, of unwritten locker room rules.
Correct.
What's said in here stays in here, which is why I was a little surprised that somebody signed off on, we're okay with this being out there.
Yeah.
Now, to your point, Steve Kerr said it pretty matter-of-factly, as in, get your rest, rehydrate, and we're going to go finish this thing in Boston. Like, do 1, 2, 3. Right? But I will tell you this. That Celtic team is different to me because it has more of a football mentality than a basketball mentality. It's at its best when it plays more with NFL intensity that you came up with and grew up with and lived with. Because it was more of a one-game scenario for you because it's just win or go home.
Ain't no series.
Right. You don't have 7 games. There's nothing in your back pocket. This is it. You got to do it right here, right now. Well, this is right here, right now, on your home floor with Celtic pride hanging in the balance, with your crowd blowing the top off that arena, trying to scream you home with all their might. And you need to come out and match the crowd's intensity, number one, live up to their expectations, and overwhelm Golden State with NFL caliber fury and intensity, where you just come out and you're just simply more physical. That's when Boston's at its best, when they're just simply more physical, and it starts with their quote-unquote point guard, who happens to be the Defensive Player of the Year. He sets that tone for them because he could have played linebacker in your sport, I'm pretty sure, because he plays with a physicality and a tenacity that, man, I haven't seen much better. When he's locked in and when he doesn't go completely over the edge with it, he's a handful, which is why at 6'4" maybe? Won Defensive Player of the Year.
But Skip, if you think about it, Steve Kerr and this core core Warriors, they know firsthand when you leave things to chance and you give a team hope. Remember, they had a 3-1 lead. Had game 5 in their building. They lost. Oh, we're going to finish it. And you lose game 6. Now you've given team the ultimate confidence.
I got it. Okay.
So he's like, nah. Rest, rehydrate. We're going to go finish the job. I ain't trying to be back in 2016 to have a game 7.
I got you. But how will that remark now play for Ime? Because I got to believe he's just looping that tape of that thing, right?
Yeah.
Playing it for his team. We're going to go finish this in Boston. It might be just the spark he needs to detonate the will of his team, the psyche of his team, because they came out in game 5. They played half-hearted basketball.
Is that going to help them not turn the ball over? If that's going to help them not turn the ball over, it'll help. If they're going to help Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown put the ball in the basket?
Okay, is it going to help win the backboards instead of getting wiped out on the back? What was it, 47-31?
Yeah.
How did that happen? Right? No, I mean, I'm sorry. They won 47-31, but points in the paint.
They got about 16. 15-34, I think. 50-34.
It was. How did that happen? Because you're playing next to no rim protecting defense at all. And I don't know what happened to Robert Williams. He had no rebounds in the fourth quarter and played like 11 minutes. That just can't happen. So here's the mentality. This is what I think behind closed doors. Ime is pushing this button as hard as he can push it. Because it starts with Steph Curry. Golden State has front runner in it.
Oh, yeah.
It has Showboat, it has Hot Dog, it has Steph, it has Shimmy, it has I'm going to put you to sleep, it has my mouth guards hanging out as I shoot my free throws because I got, as Steph calls it, I got flair. Steve Kerr's got some flair to him. He's got a cocky streak in him because he was a pretty good player at Arizona, and they did his last year go to the Final Four, and unfortunately for them, they ran into my Oklahoma Sooners. You remember '88 at Kemper in Kansas City? And my team was Stacey King and Harvey Grant and Mookie Blaylock, and I thought my guys got this, and they ran over Arizona pretty easily.
They did.
And Steve had a bad game that game. He was 2 of 13. But then they ran into Danny and the Miracles in the final, and I thought it was all over because they're playing a 6 seed.
Yeah.
Danny and the Miracles.
And they had already beat them earlier.
Well, just owned them. and then that happened.
Yep.
One of the great upsets, although you look back on it, I mean, Danny Manning was he was the best player on the floor, and he was the best player on the floor, and they won the game. So anyway, Steve Kerr did play in a Final Four, and obviously he had a shot to win an NBA Finals, right?
Yeah.
So he won rings with Michael Jordan. He took a punch in the eye from Michael Jordan in practice. So he's got a little flair in him too.
1-2 with Pop.
With Pop, that's exactly right. And he's 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 everywhere he's gone. So he deserves to have a little cocky streak in him. But he and Steph have this in common. Off the floor, they come across as really nice guys, really great guys.
Yes.
And Steve's about as accessible and willing an interview as you'll find, and he's always kind of self-effacing off the floor. But I think he's pretty cocky with his team. And he talks about how Steph does have some Jordan-esque streak in him where off the floor, really nice guy, which Michael wasn't the nicest guy. But on the floor, Steph displays a little bit more of that cold-blooded killer, or if we want to go baby-faced assassin, right?
Yeah, Skip, I think the thing is most coaches have an aura of smugness. When I got the best player and you don't. I got the best quarterback, you don't have him.
Yep.
So I can talk big and bad because I got Mahomes or I got Brady or I got Rodgers.
Yep.
Well, when you got Steph Curry or you got LeBron or you had Jordan or Kobe, it's amazing how bold those coaches, we feel comfortable going on the road, yada, yada, yada. I bet you do.
See Bruce Arians.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Okay. My point is that Ime and that Celtic locker room, I don't think they love all this showboat hot dog stuff. I think internally that gets talked about, that they don't express it externally, but I believe that quote about we're going to go finish this in Boston, that will resonate in this locker room. And I would say that's a strong reason, a strong point why I think the Celtics are going to come out, again, what did Draymond say about Steph, livid?
Yeah.
I think the Celtics are more prone to come out livid in this game.
I sure hope so, because they weren't livid the last year. They wasn't livid the last game. I don't know what they were, but that wasn't it.
They were even living because they I don't know where they were. I don't know who they were.
They're down by 16 in the first quarter. Had to fight an uphill battle. But Skip, I don't. The only surprising part is that Steve Kerr, Bob Myers, Jacob Latham, somebody signed off and said, okay, it's okay for this footage to get out. Because there's a lot of things that get said in locker rooms that never make the light of day. Yeah. It only comes out when the championship, when the video of the championship and things that's said behind the scenes.
The owner, Lacob, who I've communicated with in the past, is also prone to making outrageous statements, right?
Yeah, remember how we're going to redefine the game or revolutionize?
Revolutionize the game. Well, that's the mindset of the organization. It's a really cocky organization.
Of course.
It borders on arrogance.
Yes.
And yet people right now are saying, you sure it wasn't all about KD? Well, show us. Okay,
right.
So here you go.
Right.
Now you got a chance to bookend, as you say, with no KD, no KD.
Yeah, and I mean, they're referring too, Skip. I mean, you hear how the players, like, for a couple of the trips, you're allowed to take family members on the road. Everything is first class. And here's a guy that KD says, that's fine and good, but I don't want this anymore. I don't want that. I'll go somewhere else, and they maybe don't let me take my family on the road trips twice. They don't we might not have. I mean, I think everybody is first class. And I mean, everybody got iPod chargers and this station and big old nice $2,000 chairs, Skip, and you got TV monitors in your locker and all kind of things. Everybody has that now. But somebody told them no. And when you way up here and to get told no, remember, you the Golden State Warriors, you're about to move into this $2.5 billion super mega, state of the art. KD, we went out there and dug some dirt. Nah, but I ain't gonna be here for this.
With a hard hat.
Yeah, the hard hat on, had some red wing boots on, steel toe. And say, nah, but I ain't gonna play in it. I will as a visitor, but so, nah, it's nothing to it.
They're going to finish this, says Steve Kerr. Okay.
Well, Boston need to make him into a liar.
He's putting
How about
pressure on his own team.